What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel as you tune in and you check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on some comments that Jason Whitlock made, which I thought were very interesting about LeBron James and that experiment, right? For basically the Lakers, that LeBron James Hollywood experiment, and and when he's talking about Jeannie Buss, right, and her decision to bring LeBron James there, and I thought he pointed out some good things, right, and one of the main things he says that the Lakers chose to bring LeBron James in, Jeannie Buss and the Lakers chose to bring LeBron James in when he wasn't really at his prime. You know, he had played in Cleveland probably for like 7 years before he went to Miami. Then he played in Miami, I think, for like 4 years. Then after he left Miami, he went to Cleveland again for probably like 2 more years, right? And so that was different from when the Lakers brought in Shaq. It was different from when the Lakers brought in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The situation was different. The player like LeBron James, the mentality of LeBron James is different. Also, you know, LeBron James is more so looking to enhance himself, and and so I guess Jeannie Buss thought that it was a match made in heaven. LeBron James wanted to be in Los Angeles because he wanted to get into like the movie business, and as far as like producing and directing and stuff like that. And so this would give LeBron James the opportunity to make some contacts, right? And to lay the foundation for whatever he's going to do as far as once he retired. And Jason Whitlock kind of alludes to this, and I wanna play this audio and then react to it because I think that because the decision that Jenny Buss made and because she thought that this was going to be like a match made in heaven, instead of looking at the writing on the wall, like the kind of player that you was getting at the stage of his career that you was getting, I thought it was a miscalculation on Jeannie Buss' part. So let me play this audio from Jason Whitlock and then come back and give my reaction.
Lakers. This isn't the same. LeBron James, you got LeBron James at the end of his career when he had already won championships in Miami and in Cleveland, and he was putting his engine into cruise control. You got the LeBron James who spent and spends all of his time conducting an information war. You got the LeBron James who came out to Los Angeles with visions of being a Hollywood mogul, media mogul, rather than superstar basketball player. Jeannie, you had the opportunity to say, nah, I'm good. We're going to pass on LeBron James. We think his last 7-8 years in the league will be a disaster for the most part.
All right, so now that makes me wonder, like, would Jerry Buss have brought LeBron James in at that stage of his career, especially if you as your primary, like your number one player, you know, after LeBron James, like I said, he had spent all those years in Cleveland, then in Miami, then back to Cleveland. And it did look like LeBron James was on a decline, or was close to being on a decline, and so that maybe Jeannie Buss should take some responsibility for bringing in a aging LeBron James, and then let him almost, it seemed like he hijacked the team, and so that's something to think about.
And this guy has so much ego that he's actually going to want to put his sons, borderline high major Division I players, he's going to want to put them on our basketball roster. And so Jeannie, in her desperation to prove I'm a chip off the old block, I'm no different than my dad. I'm matriarchal leadership rules. I am Khaleesi. I'm the woman king. Yes, I will sign up for LeBron James and I will take this bubble title, the COVID bubble title, and I will pretend like it's a legitimate title and that I've done something incredible here. You took the deal. And there are plenty of people. I'm going to raise my hand as one. You can go fact check me, you can go check the receipts. I was on air at Fox Sports during the time of the LeBron James acquisition, calling it the LeBron James Hollywood experiment or something like that, and predicting it was going to be a failure. And it has been.
Now I didn't know that it was going to be a failure. I thought that when they went out there, that they would probably put some players around LeBron James, and that's part of like what they wanted to do when they got Anthony Davis, right? Just surround LeBron James with the right kind of people. But and another thing with that, players like big players, most of them didn't want to go and play with LeBron James. Like Kawhi Leonard didn't want to play with LeBron. Kevin Durant didn't want to play with LeBron. Who else? Somebody else didn't want to. They had the opportunity at different points to bring in different players. And when Russell Westbrook went to play with LeBron, it kind of blew up in his face. And then, so now you have people thinking like, wow, I was right not going to play and team up with LeBron James because they knew, it, Kevin Durant said playing with LeBron James just would be too much of a circus, and that was a nice way of putting it, a nicer way of putting it, but because a lot of people know that if they don't have any type of success, then you're basically going to be the scapegoat, not LeBron James, right? And so let me get back to some more of what Jason Whitlock is saying.
It's failing right now, even with Luka Doncic. And many of you right now, well, they won the bubble. Y'all know that bubble title is not the same. Y'all know that the LeBron James Hollywood experiment has been a failure. They've created Frankenstein, and now Jeannie Buss is trying to kill Frankenstein on her way out the door.
And see, this is what I said. And it's like anytime you purchase something and you have expectations for what you purchase and you don't get what you pay for, then you have resentments, right? Like buyer's remorse sometimes because you don't get, what you purchased. And I think that the Lakers don't feel like Jeannie Buss don't feel like what they got from LeBron James is what they signed up for. He didn't meet that standard. And believe me, like the standard in Los Angeles is a lot higher than it would be if he had a stayed in Cleveland or if any other team besides Boston or Los Angeles, like the standard is just different. I even think that maybe what's the New York Knicks fans, like if you don't come through for New York Knicks fans, I think they probably would have been a little, probably disappointed too, right? But especially Los Angeles, that bubble championship, LeBron James trying to pawn that off as like you know, like it was a legitimate championship and they not buying it. They are not buying it, man. So I think that Jeannie Buss had buyer's remorse. And it's easy, in my opinion, to go back like 20 hindsight is 2020, right? That's why I said when LeBron James first went to LA, I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. But yeah, man, I think it's buyer's remorse, definitely.
And in her justification of what all she wrought for the Los Angeles Lakers franchise. I read the story. I feel bad for those two young bus boys. They had visions, and it sounds like, according to the story, their dad had visions of them running the Lakers franchise. of them becoming the next Jerry Buss. And they were denied that opportunity by their narcissistic, evil sister. She is Cersei Lannister. I'm sorry if you didn't watch Game of Thrones, but she is Cersei Lannister. She's burning the whole thing down on her way out the door. People have made her feel shame, 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 and she's angry. And so, in her little information warfare that I gotta tip my hat to her, she's outflanked her younger brothers in a rigged information war, and she's burning down LeBron James. And perhaps, and I'm sure LeBron James is reading this, and Rich Paul may watch this and see this, and you guys will be shocked at what I'm about to say. Jeannie Buss owes LeBron James more gratitude than LeBron James owes Jeannie Buss gratitude.
Yeah, I don't think that like owners don't feel like that. They feel like if they pay you, they don't see it that way. But as far as her like trying to burn down LeBron James, she wouldn't be trying to burn down LeBron James if LeBron James had met those, if he had lived up to what they wanted him to live up to in Los Angeles. And that's why I think that she's having buyer's remorse when it comes to what, he could have made her really look like a hero. And so she hitched her wagon to him, and he didn't live up to what she thought what she was hoping that he would live up to. He didn't perform the way that she wanted him or was hoping that he performed. So now, yeah, she's trying to she's really trying to change the narrative and put it out there like it was all LeBron. But yeah, I agree that she was partly to blame, for that failed experiment with LeBron James. I don't know if you really can blame her. I'm because I don't know who probably in her shoes would not have taken that chance, to bring LeBron James in and hope that he can win you some championships. Like, what else was out there? What other move could she have made that would have brought prestige to back to Los Angeles? I don't think it was nobody else out there. What else they could have made? So she swung for the fences with LeBron James, and it was an epic failure she missed. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.